In the diagram, the line AD is a diameter. This is the line AD is a diameter, and it's a diameter of a cycle center O. So this is the point O, the center of the cycle. If ABD is a triangle in a semicircle, ABD, this triangle is a triangle in a semicircle, and angle OAB is 34 as indicated in the drawing, 34 degrees. The question asked is to find A, the size of the angle OBD. OBD, this is the angle that we need to find in question number A. And question number B, we have to find the size of the angle OCB. OCB, this very angle is the angle we asked to find in question number 2, question number B. So let's attempt to answer this question. Solution to this, what I'll do first is to get angle OBA. Angle OBA is this angle that I would like to find first. From this drawing we said O is the center, so from O to A is radius, from O to B is also radius, and two radii are always equal. So this triangle would now be an isosceles triangle. And isosceles triangle, it says base angles are equal. These are the base angles, this angle and these are the base angles. So therefore angle OBA, that is the size of this very angle, will now be equals to 34. The same size with this, because the two angles are base angle of isosceles triangle, and we have seen why it is isosceles. This is radius, this is radius. I'll continue. Next I'll get angle ABD. ABD, this angle, the whole of this angle, the whole of this, all this is in attempt to get angle OBD, this angle that I'm asked to find in question number A. I now have this. If I can have the whole of this, I'll simply subtract this to get to this. So angle ABD, meaning the size of this very angle, the size of this angle will now be equals to 90 degrees, and my reason is it is angle in a semicircle. Angle in semicircle is 90 degrees because this is a semicircle. This is a diameter that's obtained this angle at the remaining circumference, so this angle will be 90. So I'll continue. I can now get my angle OBD, the question asked in question number A. OBD, this is the angle, this is the very angle that we would like to find in question number A. I have the whole of this as 90 and I have this as 34, so I can simply get this by subtracting 34 from 90. It will give me angle OBD. So subtracting, I'll have 90 minus 34, and this correctly gives answer 56. So question number A has been answered. So I'll move to question number B, in which I'm asked to find angle OCB. OCB, this very angle, and this very angle. So let me proceed. Let me get angle OBC first. OBC, this very angle, this very angle, this very angle, OBC. This very angle, because this side BC is a tangent, you can see that it touches the cycle. It touches the cycle at that point B, and this OB is radius. OB is radius. So that angle will now be 90 degrees because a theorem says radius perpendicular to tangent. So that angle will be 90. So angle OBC is going to be 90 degrees because radius is always perpendicular to tangent. I'll continue. So I can now get angle at C, the angle I'm asked to find in question number B. I'm using the whole of this triangle. Look at it, the whole of this triangle. I have this angle as 34. I have this angle from here to here is simply 90 plus 34, that I can always get to this using sum of angle in a triangle. So angle OCB, meaning this very angle, will now be equals to 180 sum of angle in a triangle minus 34 plus 34 plus 90. And these two angles, 34 and this 90, will give me the whole of this angle, will be the whole of this, and the first 34 is this, so I can always get to this if I subtract this angle and this from 180. And the reason is angle in a triangle. So if I continue subtracting these three angles from 180, the answer will be 22 degrees. So angle OBC, meaning this very angle, is now going to be 22 degrees. So with this, I have answered these two questions. Let me see the mark distribution according to the marking scheme. And the first mark is the B1 mark, meaning the bonus 1 mark, where you have this angle OBA 34. This is the very first mark according to the marking scheme. Where you attempted to get angle OBD by subtracting 34 from 90, that's where you have 1 mark, also method mark. And getting answer accurately as 56, you have another 1 mark, the A1, that is the accuracy mark. And in attempt to get the angle OCB by subtracting those angles and this from 180, that subtraction will enable you 1 mark, and those angles 34 and this 34 is another bonus 1 mark, meaning you are subtracting 68, so that 68 is 1 mark, also bonus mark. And writing that equation correctly, you have another M mark, meaning 2 marks, method mark, and the final result is 2 marks, meaning the 22. This type of question can be answered in another different way, in another different format, because a lot of theorems are there that will enable you to find whatever angle you ask to find. The only theorems that comes to my mind while attempting to answer this question, these are the theorem, but somebody may attempt it in another different way, still the answer is going to be the same. In fact, according to the Waec marking scheme, it's not exactly this method. That is why you have some block of 2 marks there instead M1, M1. You even have A2 marks. It is supposed to be A1, A1, but there are different approaches to answer this type of questions. So the mark will not be shortened. You still have your total of 8 marks, whichever method you follow or whichever theorems you used, provided they are valid theorems. So a total of 8 marks is allocated to this question. Whichever theorem that you used, as far as they are valid, your marks will be complete 8 marks if everything is correct.